Today I would like to share another quick video on how to use the knife feature in the Silhouette Design software. You do have to have the Designer Edition or higher, and if you'll remember, you can go to silhouetteamerica.com and under software you can click on the edition comparison chart, which will show you which features are available in which version of the software. So with the knife tool you do have to have the Designer Edition or higher to be able to use that feature. Back to our screen here, I have clicked on the knife over here in the left column, and at the top this pops up when you are in the knife feature. You can do a solid cut, an outline cut, and then you also have different versions here we'll go over in just a minute. The difference between the solid and the outline are as follows. If I take my knife and I'm going to hold down the shift so I get a straight cut, that's just a tip you can do. If I try to cut it myself, I may or may not get it lined up perfectly, so it might be crooked or jagged. But if you hold down the shift, you will get a straight cut. And with the solid fill, what happens is you get complete new shapes once you've made that cut. With the outline selected, when you cut a shape that has a color filled in, you still continue to get a basic shape like before. It will keep the shape as one unit. If your shape or text or whatever you're cutting does not have color fill, I'm going to turn that off real quick, and then I'm going to zoom in on it so you can see this happen. Then if I click on the knife, choosing the outline, and I cut straight across, again holding the shift for a straight line, what you'll see is I now have an open-ended piece right here and another open-ended piece right here. And if you double click, you get your nodes will expose, and then you can see the red that are not closed off. Now I could grab this one, connect it, and then have a shape, and do the same thing with the other one if I chose to. So if your shape does not have a color fill, when you use the outline feature of your cut knife, you will get that open end. Like right here, I'm going to do it again. Click back up to my cursor and you'll see I just created two new pieces. At that point you can go ahead and connect them if you'd like, or you just leave it like it is if you don't need those connected. The next thing I want to share with the knife feature is the drop down menu. Of course the first one in the default is always a straight line, so as I cut across I got a straight line. Okay, the next two features in the drop down menu is the poly and the curved. I'm going to zoom in a little bit on these so I can show you up close. If I click on the poly, basically it's drawing a shape like you would any other time you're using that tool. It doesn't matter how many times I click it, connect it, or whatever shape I want to do, as long as I end connecting the two red points, that became my cut line. As you see, that is now cut away. The same thing applies with the curve. It's just the same thing, only the lines will curve instead of be sharp, crisp points. Okay, so then that one's cut away. And then of course there's freehand, which gives you total freedom. You will click your left mouse and continue to hold it until you want to stop drawing, and then when you connect, that is your cut line. And you can see all these cuts were made using those three features. So we've got that cut, this cut, and that cut. All of these have been removed from that square. Okay, the next in the drop down menu are four different shapes: this triangle, sawtooth, square, and dovetail. It's basically the same feature, you'll just get a different look. As soon as I start the cut and I release, I let off my left mouse, this is what I'm going to get automatically. I got this chevron-y looking cut. If I go back to the same triangle and turn off auto apply and then do the same cut through there, I now have the option to increase the width of my triangles, to add more triangles. You are able to personalize the cut. So if I wanted steep zigzags, then if I say apply, come back to the top and apply, my cut then looks a little bit different than my first cut. It looks more sharp toothed instead of chevron shaped. So you do have flexibility with each one of these. They're a fun tool that you can play with. Let me come in here and we'll just do the other three real quick. next few in the serrated 1 and 2, and then a wave. So with the serrated 1, I'm going to go ahead and turn on the auto supply. We're going to do the same thing so you can see the difference. That's it for the knife feature in the Designer Edition or higher. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.